So Matt Johnson is out with a season-ending injury. Benji Gosnell is out with a season-ending injury. That's it on the injury update. Okay, let's go. Questions, let's go.
Jaden Blue seemed to be back at practice. What have you seen in terms of his recovery from injury?
Yeah, he's day-to-day right now, but yeah, he's trending in the right direction. That was the plan all along.
Was Johnson and Gosnell related to their previous injuries? I know Johnson had his shoulder and Gosnell tore his ACL.
Unrelated.
Unrelated? Okay.
And, we were really excited about both those guys. Matt was going to contribute on special teams, and Benji, was going to provide some good depth at tight end. He's got a bright future here.
How have you managed the workload of the running backs? Jalen wasn't there again today. I mean, just the four.
Yeah, Jalen's out there. He's just recovering from a minor injury. He'll be in good shape. He's mentally the most prepared guy in the room. And those other guys need the reps. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
What has impressed you about guys like Keyshawn King and Chance Black in that room?
Yeah, those guys are two of the most explosive guys on our roster. What impresses me most right now is how much they've improved. They've really invested, both of them. Coach Holt's done an outstanding job. The mindset, the maturity, the approach to meetings and practice, it's really, it's a difference that's noticeable, and it's noticeable in their play now.
Seems like you might have a good handle on who those first-team receivers are. How do you feel about the second group, maybe the guys behind them right now?
Yeah, I mean, we're still a work in progress. I think our depth in most areas on our team has got to continue to develop every week. It doesn't stop because the season starts. We have to continue to develop depth all year long.
Tucker Holloway and Xavier Bradshaw, Turner Bradshaw, I think it is. What have you seen from them in the early going so far?
Yeah, Tucker's the one we've noticed the most. He's got a great approach. He's a hard worker, good ball skills, learns it well. He's got a chance, he's one of those guys, if he keeps developing, he'll have a chance to help us.
You mentioned Mansour Delaney on the radio show last week. It sounds like he's kind of getting around to more being full go at this point. What have you seen from him in the early going?
We've been very surprised. He was out there limited for a while, but just chomping at the bit to go. He got released today, and he's played safety, he's played corner. He's got a really diverse skill set. He learns quickly, which you love. Gives him a great chance to play as a freshman. He's a guy that we're all hands on deck with right now to figure out how he can help us.
You said before you were kind of looking for another defensive back.
Correct.
Kick the tires maybe in the transfer portal. Does his development make you feel better about
Absolutely. Yeah, he's got to keep coming. We haven't had enough full contact. He missed those scrimmages and things. But I've been impressed with him to this point. We all have.
Besides his size, what stood out to you about Xavier Chaplin?
How well he's learned. Yeah, he doesn't say a whole lot. And we've discovered here through this camp that he learns at a pretty good click. And it's important to him. He's a hard worker. He's raw in a lot of areas, but he doesn't let that slow him down. He's got a bright future.
Is Braylon Moore kind of the same way?
Absolutely. Braylon's got a little bit more, I think, just background with high school ball and, with his brother playing college football. And, he's a little further along that way. But both those guys are good young O-line prospects.
What have you seen from Jesse Hansen kind of, with Braylon pushing him some, what have you seen at that left guard spot for him?
Yeah, Jesse's just such a tough competitor. He's mature, he's experienced, he's mentally tough, he's physically tough. He works well with the unit. He's always in sync with that line, which is really important. So anything that he's lacking, he makes up for with other intangibles.
Have you figured out game day operations yet for the defense and offense in terms of like who's in the booth and things like that? We talked to Brad. He seems to be leading towards being on the field. What about defensively? Have you guys figured that out yet?
Yeah. Coach Marv will be on the field, and Coach Quinn will be in the box. Coach Prelo will be in the box. Our grad assistants will be in the box. Coach Jones will be on the sideline. Coach Marv, myself, Coach Price. And then, Coach Bowen's decided to go to the box. They've experimented with both, with Brad up and Tyler down, and we all felt like this was the best scenario.
Did you play with it on the defense at all, like they did on offense during the scrimmages, or was that kind of the
We
group
did
that
not.
you had?
We did not.
Do you have an update in the kicking battle?
I'm sorry?
The kicking battle, you have an update there?
No, not really. It's a good battle right now. We did some loaded competition yesterday at the end of practice, and it was pretty even. It's a good problem to have.
Two more, guys.
Is it refreshing at this stage to kind of turn the page to
One more
ODU?
time?
Is it refreshing at this stage to kind of turn the page to ODU? And,
Yeah, it's been great.
game plan?
We spent yesterday and today, evaluating their film with our players, and then flipped the script and traded scouts and worked against their stuff today and yesterday. So it's been real good. They present problems. They got a good football team, and they got a talented offense, and they got a quarterback that can throw the ball well.
Can you give a couple words about your relationship with Coach Ronnie over the years and how that's kind of going into this game?
Yeah, Rick and I, all the way back to 2000, Christmas 2010, we both get hired at Vanderbilt, and had an unbelievable experience there, doing that thing with James, and James' first head job, and he's close to Ricky, he's close to me, so Ricky and I became close, and then he and I were two guys right there at the forefront when James took the Penn State job.
Were the practices, was it offense versus defense type of?
Yeah,
match-
we're both
match-
competitive. Yeah, he'd be awful mad at me sometimes out at practice, but we were good buddies, and played poker together, drank some beers together. Wives are good friends, kids are friends, so he's an awesome guy.
Who was better at poker?
He was.